today's episode, we have Rated R,
Yay.
including an interview with Papa Bug of Rated R. Rated R was Papa Bug and Chris Hall, also known as Rasputin. Okay, hi Bug.
Hi.
First of all, could you give us a little background on Rated R? Like how and when did you and Chris decide to form Rated R? You know, what was the synergy? What kind of weird energy was happening? And what years you were active? And who did what in the band?
Well, we were sitting at, I think, the grill, and he might be able to agree with this. I guess that's the term I'm looking for. I can't think anymore. I beat my head, and you'll see some of the videos of the head beating in.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we were sitting at the grill one time, and we were like, hey, let's start a band. And we were like, hey, we're going to start a band. And then we were running around telling people we were a band. And then this chick named Jenny, a punk rock girl from way back in the day, asked if we want to do a house show.
Yeah.
And we were like, sure. And then as she walked away after talking to us and panning out the deals, we were like, we need music now.
Yeah, you needed to do something.
Yeah,
That's great.
and that was our first house show, and I think it was with the Fun Girls from Mount Pilot from Nashville, Tennessee.
Awesome.
Yeah, and there was the rotten eggs. No, a rotten chicken chicken hearts on that one.
The actual chicken hearts.
Chicken hearts, yes.
You were throwing them out?
No.
Were eating them? Playing with them?
No. So we decided to put it, because we were doing soundscapes. We were just like throwing music together. There was no like set organization. It was just kind of throwing sounds together to create chaos, basically. Because I think it was just we were trying to have fun. Just be stupid and have fun.
Chaos and like.
Yeah, like body outlines and stuff. But so what Rasputin did, he took chicken hearts and put them in plastic eggs. And he was, we were doing our show, we're pounding on gear, and he just started prancing around giving out these chicken eggs or these eggs. And the funny thing was, a girl didn't discover one until a week later. Yeah, so like
that was a ripe chicken heart.
So,
oh my God.
Like everybody's opened up, but I was working at lunch paper, and the girl comes up and goes, "You suck," and I was like, "What?" So apparently, when she got the plastic chicken egg with the chicken heart in it, she just put it in her purse without looking at it, because most people were looking at it going, "Ew, chicken heart," and she put it in her thing, and she was sitting around her house one day and just smelled some rottenness, and then she looked in her purse, and then it was chicken eggs.
Yeah, you can't wait till they're ripe. You can have a chicken heart, but you gotta do it when it's ripe.
Yeah.
Around when was this?
95, 96.
Okay, and I do remember that time because I went to see y'all several times.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, it was fun.
Yay.
I had a blast. And there was one of the shows at what was it? It was the Atomic or the space. The Atomic was a space, and it had many names at one point.
The Atomic. We did do the Atomic.
Yeah, and it was severe and dangerous, and it seemed like serious art. It seemed like a sort of an Einstürzen Neubauten stab, like you were out to fuck people up, and I thought it was super cool.
And we almost chopped our hands off that show.
Yeah, I saw
mayhem.
Yeah, I saw the mayhem.
And they really used a real gun in that show too.
I remember the gun. I remember
my 380.
It almost blew my eardrums out. So what? Okay, that leads up to the next question. What were you communicating? What was the quote unquote message that Rated R had?
There was a message. I just think it was pure chaos.
It was
literally we were just trying to be. Chris, I think, was invoking the throbbing gristle, and there was one artist that he mentioned, which he might talk about it, where he was talking about this one artist that created moving animals off.
It was Mark Pauline.
I'm not sure, but he was really ecstatic with that, and he wanted to emanate that. That's why we're doing haunted house shows in the middle of July and a lot of blood.
Yeah. Chris is very visual, and
yes, he is.
He doesn't mind being transgressive. I worked with him a little bit, and we wanted to be transgressive. There seems to be some nihilism going on there.
Yeah.
Chris Hall, Rasputin, is a brilliant visual artist.
He is.
I'm not sure if he's doing any music. I don't know if he's more like visual, like pure visual.
Yeah.
canvas and installations and things like that.
His
It's really
students
cool.
are his students. He's working with students now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, they're great. Some of their artwork is amazing.
He's a wonderful teacher.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah.
So, what sorts of venues did you play? What was like the range of venues?
The 40 watts. It was all pretty much Athens. The Atomic 40 watt, Tasty World, a couple house shows, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 40 watt we almost set on fire. Anyway,
Yeah.
So
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
fire extinguishers, firecrackers, and yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Well, they weren't happy.
No, they weren't. We actually
well.
got kicked out of a couple of places where we could never play again.
Well, that means you did something. That's great. I love that.
It was awesome.
In addition to that, what were some of the more memorable and extreme things that you did during Rated R performances?
The one show we played, there was like my dad showed up. That was it. We were playing upstairs at Taste World, and my dad showed up. That was
Wow.
it. There was
Wow.
a time down at Blue Sky downstairs where we ran everybody out of that place. That was fun. Yeah, Chris, the show lasted like 5 minutes.
I can imagine it was really easy to run people out of Blue Sky. Blue
Yeah,
Sky had
yeah.
That kind of serene.
We were
ambiance.
we were the essence of what industrial music was.
I agree. That's why I loved Rated R. That's why I loved you guys, because it was, at the time, there wasn't any like real industrial art. I was busy trying to do a bunch of industrial metal and other weird electronic things, and some experimental music. And boom, you guys happened, and it was industrial. It was the definition. I was like, damn, I needed this.
It was awesome.
I needed it. So, what sort of recordings did you release? Did you release any albums, cassettes?
I don't think we did. I don't think we actually sat down and recorded anything.
Really?
I think that's when I started venturing into 1358, my personal stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really fully formed yet, and I was just kind of doing it on the side.
That's funny. That might have been around when Chris got together with me at my practice space where Radio Tahiti practiced, and we wanted to start a band called Cult Band.
I think
And
that was.
we wanted to start a cult. We wanted to start like fuck with. And now we're living in a world of cults. We weren't serious, of course.
No,
because
no.
that kind of shit
When I was running for
is
mayor,
fucked up.
Yeah, I was trying to start a cult as a mayor.
Yeah.
Just to fuck with it.
Just to fuck with it, and that's the only real valid application of a cult. Can you tell? Okay, so one of the only recordings of Rated R is what we have, what you're about to see here on Joker TV on the show Industrial Strength. Can you tell us about this particular video and what was going on with it? Because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of visuals. There's a lot of screens. There's a lot of action happening. It's very dark, but you can tell there's a lot of things happening.
I think that's when we tried to get serious, but I remember it was cold because it was the Galaxy 500.
Yeah.
It was cold, and our gear was screwed up, and we had to run Radio Shack right before the show.
Galaxy 500.
That's what it was called.
that
Yes,
place.
because they didn't have heat, and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was extremely cold, and that's pretty much what I remember from that show.
It was awesome.
It was dark. Oh, dark, and a lot of
It was-
Chris wanted everything dark that show. I remember that. So.
Did what were your roles in the band? What instruments did each of you play? What'd you do?
We just kind of organized sounds, and whatever we brought to the table, we played. It was just, we kind of just got on stage and just kind of put things together. There was no, I might be the lead or he might be the lead, but that was never really determined until pretty much the night of the show.
Sort of constructivist.
Yeah, we just kind of got together and threw it together. Like when we played the 40 watt, the drum was basically an old locker that we laced with firecrackers and hit it, and then set it on fire, and never got to play the 40 watt again.
That's great, though. I wish I'd have been at that one. Okay, and so, all right. In keeping with that, this, we're gonna play a clip from the Galaxy 500 show, a song called Channel 15. You're Not God. And what's the deal with you guys lighting your hands on fire?
I don't remember that. I think we were just screwing around.
That's why.
Yeah, we just kind of went with it.
Yeah,
we just kind of
Galaxy
went with the vibe.
500
There was
was
no
a
organization to
space.
it whatsoever.
It
Well,
had
when
a
Chris
kind of a
sent
PA,
me
but
his
all it was
thoughts
was
on the show,
Yeah.
he said, for some reason, we lit our hands
Yeah.
on fire. And I was like,
it was.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
Wow.
Orla
Okay.
and Terry.
Yeah. Well, it obviously didn't
Well,
cause
anyway,
permanent
It's
damage.
long gone.
So
It
that's
was a pretty.
I think I was
era
too
of
fucking.
Athens
That's
music
why.
back
I
in the
guarantee
90s.
that's why we did. That's why we did because it was so
do you have
fucking
anything
cold.
else to say?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's why. Because
Yeah.
it was middle of winter.
Yeah, Galaxy 500
Okay,
was
great.
a space.
Well, we'll let the
it
video
had a kind of a
speak for
PA,
itself. Well, you're
but
about
all it
to
was
see
was
three
space.
videos from
They didn't have
Radar.
anything else there.
I think
Papa
that named
Bug
Leon
and
was
Rasputin
trying to
on
organize
it.
or he ran.
Recorded
Yeah.
during the aforementioned
Yeah,
live
it was
performance at Galaxy
owned or
500,
something
probably
by
around 1996.
Orla and Terry.
Possibly. And we can't forget
Those
Jeremy,
two.
who was
Well,
our
anyway,
third
it's
He
long
never
gone.
really
It was a
got-
pretty interesting
he never really
era
did much.
of
He was just kind of
Athens
there to be
music
there.
back in the
Okay.
90s.
But he was in it.
Jeremy was
So,
in it.
do you have
Yeah,
anything
Jeremy
else to
was
say
in it.
about Rated R?
Okay, cool.
Bottom of my foot.
Bottom
Nope.
of your foot.
Okay,
That
great.
goes in
Well,
keeping
we'll let
with
the video
nihilism
speak
and
for
anarchy.
itself. Well, you're about to see three
we're gonna
videos
start
from
with
Rated
Burn,
R,
followed
Papa
by
Bug
Battle
and
of
Rasputin
Lost,
on it,
and then you're gonna
recorded
see
during the
Channel
aforementioned
15,
live
you're not
performance
gonna
at
see,
Galaxy 500, probably
You're
around
going to see Bug.
1996,
Lights, hands on
1997.
fire.
Possibly. And we can't forget Jeremy, who was our third on the band. He
Okay.
never really got.
No permanent
He never
damage
really
was
did
done,
much. He was
so
just
that's
kind of there to be
good.
there.
Okay.
But he was in it.
Fantastic.
Jeremy was in it.
Yeah,
Jeremy
Jeremy,
was in it.
he was a good guy.
Okay, cool.
Bottom of my
Enjoy.
foot.
That's the bottom of your foot.
Yeah.
And that goes in keeping
Oh,
with
I
the
touched this
nihilism and
microphone
anarchy.
while talking.
We're going to start with Burn, followed by Battles Lost, and then you're going to see Channel 15. You're not
I have a
God. You're going to
compressor, but I'm
see
not sure the song. I remember that now.
you're going to see Bug light his hands on fire, and Chris, Rasputin light his hands on fire, and no permanent damage was done. So that's
And we didn't
yay.
shoot each other on stage.
Yeah,
Like,
fantastic.
we
I
had a gun
love
on
it.
stage.
I love it. I love it. Enjoy.
That was burn, 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 high definition. $100 million mark. You watch before this month is out. We're at over 74 million right now. Go, just as far and as fast as we can possibly go. I think so. We are right there. Prophecy is being fulfilled in such awesome manner that even the worst skeptic has to sit up and take notice. To build a revolutionary, high definition